Hey everybody, Alex back here again today, showing off the Beyond Clothing Level 7 Extreme Cold Weather Parka. This one is specifically the Axios Parka, an old SF contract one. It took me a long time to identify this one, actually, because it's not in any of their product listings or anything else ever before. I got this before Google Lens was a thing, so I couldn't really look it up. But this was a Facebook marketplace find, actually. And I'm a big collector and stuff, but I've used this on several trips and several like trainings and stuff. So this is a standard level 7 parka, SF specific contract, of course, made out of Primaloft insulation and everything else. So we'll get into it. So starting from the front, I'm not going to unzip it yet or anything, but we have two arm pockets with Velcro fields. These are good for like holding your phone or something. You could also alternatively store your phone inside the jacket if you don't want it to get cold, but if you're carrying maps and pens and something like a headlamp or a flashlight, perfect for this. Also located on the sleeves, you have two vents, both on different sides on both sleeves. You have vents. So this is the vent out all that warm, hot air so you don't cook yourself alive and start sweating and get cold. Also on the front, you have a chest pocket. Most of these older contract ones will have Beyond stitch on them because these are commercial jackets, right? So these are commercial companies making SF gear, basically. So if you go to any sort of surplus store or anything, you'll see these listed as like commercially made. So, and then also you have Velcro closures on both the cuffs. And then you also have two hip pockets. These usually have textured zipper pulls. I haven't lost any of them yet. They seem kind of loose. You could tighten them up and then burn them with a lighter so they freeze up on themselves, but I don't have any positive locking cord on these right now because I'm using the original zipper pulls. But you have these pockets. They're nice and toasty. They're in between two layers of insulation, the interior and the exterior layer right here. So you will have some extra insulation in here. Primaloft gold, of course. Nothing but the best materials in this jacket. This is also a DWR treated finish on the exterior, so you have that as well. You also have these side zips. These can be used as vents or to be used when you're putting on over like a plate carrier or other clothing. You can use these zips to get it easily on and off, so it's for donning on and off mainly. And then you also, there's nothing on the back. Pretty plain. Nothing on the back. They kept it pretty slick just in case you're running like a plate carrier or a harness or something. So you're keeping it slick. This is also the commercial multicam pattern, the actual licensed multicam commercial pattern. So it's nothing crazy. Just standard issue stuff that fell into my hands. So we have a built-in hood. This is not a stowable hood or anything. I'll move this down a little bit. This isn't a stowable hood or anything, but it's a nice and insulated hood. You also have a storm collar on here as well. The hood is also adjustable. You have adjusters on the interior. This is some shock cord. It kind of feels kind of cheap, which is weird, but it's very robust. I've actually just like pulled on these and pulled on them like crazy and they've never come out. So quite surprised because this feels kind of cheap, which is weird because it's over $1,000 jacket, brand new. So I was like, oh man, I was pulling on this and it kind of felt kind of junky, but I was quite surprised. They've held up pretty well. The poles are kind of like this weird limey kind of color. It's very strange. I haven't seen any other ones like that, which is weird. And also the zippers are kind of like this weird coyote color. But anyways, yeah, you have a nice coyote brown, dark coyote brown interior. Almost like a drab too. And then you have the Beyond Clothing tag stitched in the States. This is a large. It fits me quite large actually. It doesn't really quite fit me too well. It's kind of oversized because you're supposed to be wearing all your other levels underneath it, and this is an actual level 7 PCU system piece. So you have the Beyond Clothing tag, little Beyond hanger, size large. You have these adjusters for the hood in here. And getting into it, you have another tag over here that just says the contents. So it's body 100% nylon, gussets 100% nylon, and then machine wash cold, air dry. I have washed this once or twice. It does wash pretty well, actually, which is surprising, but it is what it is. All the insulation didn't like fly everywhere or anything. So on the inside, you have this huge pocket. You can stuff water bladders, Nalgene's, gloves in here. These are your cook-off pockets. So if you're working up and you're climbing something, like you're climbing a mountain, you're ascending, and your stuff gets kind of wet, if you get kind of sweaty, if you have like wet socks or something, you can throw them in here, and your body heat will help cook them off and dry them off. It works for me. If you're staying comfortably cool and your body's staying warm, but you're staying comfortably cool yourself, you can cook off things very, very quickly in pockets like these. Your stuff will dry, your body heat will do its work, and you will have nice dry socks in a matter of an hour or so. And I also forgot to mention on the bottoms as well, you have these adjusters. They're actually kept internally, so I have them adjusted currently, but it's an internal adjustment. So when you pull on this, you can adjust these inward like that, and then your adjustment is not inside the pocket like you'd think. It's actually in here, but you can't reach it. There's a tab on it, but you can't reach it. It's interior to this design, so you can't pull on it and yoink it or anything. I think it's just to keep it captive so you don't lose it, or it doesn't like dangle out or anything. And that's on both sides, as well as the cook-off pockets. But you have nice, huge cook-off pockets. They're nice and comfy. This thing is a champ. I've worn this in negative degree weather, I think up to negative 20. Just wearing normal base layers and stuff, doing some active climbing and active like hiking, like mountain hiking and mountaineering and stuff. And it kept me nice and warm. If you vent it correctly, you will not get sweaty and wet in this thing, but it will keep you nice and warm, especially if you're doing static operations too, which is mainly the main design of this jacket. The level 7 is meant for mainly static operations, but sometimes this packs down nice and light. I can roll it up really nice. It's nice and lightweight, so I just use it as like a little extra blanket, as you can say, or a little extra layer if I need it, just in case. It's nothing like an Arc'teryx down jacket that you can stuff into the sleeve or something, but it's not that lightweight. But it's a pretty lightweight thing. It's kind of almost like a poncho liner. But that's the jacket. I just wanted to give you guys a good overview of it. I don't think there's any other videos on YouTube of this thing either. So, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you.